So what is the best way to help your clients lose body fat without starving themselves or spending hours in the gym? Well, in this video, we're going to cover the 3 primary methods for fat loss and show you which one of them is most effective. What's up everybody, I'm Stefan from thefitnessboss.com, helping you take hold of those 166 hours that your clients try to undo when they're not training with you. We publish brand new videos every single week, so make sure to subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video, we'd greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and leave your comments below and let us know what you think. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 3 primary methods for fat loss and show you why they're not all created equal when it comes to maximizing your clients' results. Alright, when it comes to fat loss, here's what you need to know. In order to lose body fat, you need to create an energy deficit. Now, that's irrefutable. However, there are different means through which we can create that energy deficit, and they're not all created equal. We have 3 primary ways. The first way is through our diet. So if we reduce our caloric intake or our energy intake, we can in essence create an energy deficit and force the body to tap into stored fat. The second way we can do is we can increase energy expenditure. So we create an energy deficit by increasing energy expenditure through physical activity. Now we have 2 types of physical activity or structured physical activity. We have aerobic or cardiovascular training, and we have resistance training. Now, as I mentioned, when you're focusing on fat loss, typically, you want to focus on increasing one of these methods and moderating the other 2. Because if you try to increase everything at once, if you try to reduce your calories through diet, perform a lot of cardiovascular aerobic training, and add a lot of resistance training on top of that, what's going to likely happen is your clients are going to end up at some point hitting a wall. And when they do, they may end up rebounding back and putting all the weight back on, and in some cases, plus some. So for a sustainable approach, you need to focus on increasing one of these variables, moderating the other 2. Now let's break down each of these variables and see why they're not all created equal. If we take cardiovascular training or diet, if we focus on either of those 2 means alone, not all of the weight that a person is going to lose is going to be exclusively fat. Because you're not sending a signal to the body to retain lean muscle tissue. Muscle tissue has a permissive role on fat loss. And what I mean by that is, suppose you're in a deficit of about 500 calories per week. Theoretically, that should lead to 500 calories per day. That should give you about a 3,500 calorie deficit per week, which theoretically should lead to about 1 pound fat loss per week. Now, if you created that deficit through diet only, or through cardio only, or a combination of diet and cardio, but you didn't perform any resistance exercise, because you're not giving a reason for the body to maintain muscle tissue, you may end up losing some fat and also some muscle. And depending on how lean the person is, some people may lose 1 kilo of fat, for 1 kilo of muscle, for every kilo of fat that they lose. So suppose 1 pound weight loss per week, one person did diet and cardio exclusively, they lose 4 pounds over the course of a month. Well, they may lose 2 pounds of muscle and 2 pounds of fat. So they've only actually lost 2 pounds of fat. Now, suppose a person did some resistance training in order to offset muscle loss. So they use resistance training as their primary means to create an energy deficit, but through resistance training they also offset muscle loss. Well, if they can offset muscle loss and create the same energy deficit, that 500 calorie energy deficit per week, which leads to about 4 pound weight loss over the course of that month, well, if they retain all their muscle, now they've lost 4 pounds of fat versus just 2 pounds of fat. So that's what I mean by lean muscle is actually has a permissive effect on fat loss, because by retaining lean muscle, you're able to maintain more muscle, but also lose more fat for a given deficit. So that's one reason why resistance training is superior to the other 2 means for creating an energy deficit. The second reason is that cardiovascular training and diet both have a greater impact on lowering metabolic rate than resistance training. And obviously, as metabolic rate becomes compromised during the course of your diet, weight loss or fat loss will stall. Whereas resistance training has been shown to have a positive effect on metabolic rate. It will at least maintain, if not increase, metabolic rate. So your clients are then able to lose for longer on a given deficit. So let's recap that. We have 3 primary ways through which we can create an energy deficit. We have diet, cardiovascular or aerobic training, and we have resistance training. Cardiovascular training and diet alone will not retain muscle mass and also more likely to ramp down metabolic rate. Resistance training can help spare lean muscle tissue, which has a permissive role on fat loss, and resistance training will also spare, if not increase, metabolic rate. And that'll do it for today's video. We'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button below and definitely subscribe to the Fitness Boss channel. We post new videos like this every week, providing you with tips and practical tools to help you with business building, client training, and social media. Today, we talked about the 3 primary methods for fat loss: diet, cardio, and weight training, and how each of those affects your client's physiology. If you've got any questions or comments, make sure to leave a comment below, as we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.